After winter, our kitchen slowly started to feel a bit off. Not messy exactly, just not as fresh as it used to be. The fridge feels half empty, but somehow still full at the same time. Things get pushed to the back, forgotten for days, half empty containers like this one homemade peanut butter, and fruit that's no longer as fresh as we thought, like this mango. It's always the same, so today we're starting fresh. Before anything else, we like to clear the space a little. Nothing too big. It's funny how quickly this part builds up. Even when you feel like you've been keeping things under control, there's always a few things left behind. A glass here, a plate there, things you meant to deal with later. And somehow later never really comes. So we start here, putting the dishes away and loading the dishwasher. Now we take everything off the counter. And by doing this, you realize how much was just sitting there. Things you use every day, things you don't really need, and things that just stayed. There's something really satisfying about an empty counter. It feels quieter, more intentional. We give everything a quick wipe, getting rid of those small traces of the last few days. And suddenly, the kitchen starts to feel different. A bit lighter, a bit calmer, like there's finally space to think again. But today we're going a bit further. So we start with the fridge, taking everything out one thing at a time. And before you realize, the counter starts to fill up again. It always happens like this. You think there's not much inside, and then suddenly everything is out in front of you. Things you had forgotten we had, things we thought we'd used, and things that clearly stay there a little too long. These mangoes used to be so sweet. It's a shame we didn't eat them in time. I really don't like wasting food, and I know we can do better. And once everything's out, you're left with what's underneath. A fridge that's completely empty and not as clean as we thought. Little marks on the shelf, sticky corners, things you don't really notice until everything else is gone. So we take everything out again. Once everything's clean, it feels like you can finally start again. A bit more intentional this time. Now we can finally clean the fridge properly. There's always a few spots you don't really notice day to day. Little marks, sticky corners. It's not the most exciting part, but it makes all the difference. Because once it's clean, everything that goes back in just feels different, more intentional, more taken care of, and somehow it makes you want to keep this way for longer. We start with the freezer, keeping things simple. Plant-based meats, a pizza for those more rush days, a few homemade sauces, frozen tofu, and also frozen beans, frozen vegetables, and also something sweet. And of course, some fruit for smoothies. After clearing everything, we wanted to bring something fresh again. Spring always makes us want to reach for lighter things. More fruit, more veggies, more colors. It's a small change, but it makes the kitchen feel completely different. We just got back home with a few fresh things. Nothing too planned, just what feels right for this time of the year. There's something about bringing groceries into a clean kitchen. It feels different, like everything has a place again. We start with the strawberries. They're one of those things we always buy, especially when the weather starts to change. Once everything is washed and ready, it's much easier to put things back where they belong. We try to keep everything visible so nothing gets forgotten again. We add a small basket to the counter and fill it with oranges and lemons. There's something about having fresh fruit out, it makes the kitchen feel more alive. Portuguese oranges are just different. Sweeter, juicier, almost too good to resist. It's such a simple thing, but it always feels a little special. Just a quiet moment, a reward, celebration, or a job well done. And somehow moments like this always makes us want to stay a little longer in the kitchen. So Joe decides to make a cheesecake. Nothing too complicated, just something simple for the afternoon. There's something about baking that makes the whole space feel different, warmer, slower, more lived in. After a result like this, it feels good to actually use the kitchen again. Not just to clean it, but to enjoy it. My kitchen is ready for spring again, a little cleaner, a little lighter, and much easier to enjoy. It's never really about making everything perfect, just creating a space that feels good to come back to. And somehow, these small resets always feel like a new beginning.